For some, being heartbroken once is enough pain for a lifetime. However, Rosamund Pike has had her heart shattered not once, but twice. She remains unmarried to this day, and although she and her long-term partner, Robi Uniac, have been together for almost 15 years, there are no plans to walk down the aisle. So what is the story of Rosamund's broken heart? And how did Robi, the mathematician 18 years her senior, become the man to reignite her belief in love? Rosamund Pike's love life has been a rollercoaster ride. Her first love was actor Simon Woods. He and Rosamund met and fell in love at Oxford, where both were studying English literature. It was reported that Simon was very envied by their fellow university peers for having captured the heart of one of the most stunning girls at Oxford. For about 2 years, she and handsome, charming Woods were inseparable, but Simon had a secret. Rosamund had no idea that her boyfriend was beginning to doubt his sexuality. Eventually, Simon could no longer keep his secret and confessed to Pike that he was gay. It's not known how long Woods knew the truth about his sexuality. Although Rosamund was happy that he was finally able to live his truth, she was heartbroken to know that the man that she loved did not love her the same way.
I wasn't allowed to fully speak about it or reveal anything.
Woods and Pike parted ways in 2002, around the same time that she was cast in the James Bond film as the double agent Miranda Frost along with Pierce Brosnan in Die Another Day. As it turned out, 9 years later, Simon went on to marry his longtime partner, Burberry's creative director Christopher Bailey, in a civil ceremony.
Nothing of which would have been possible without your love, your support. I mean, your devilishly handsome support. And thank you, Si.
Tabloids blasted the article, "Bond girl's ex weds his man," in an online headline. Even after their breakup, Rosamund and Simon had remained friends, and she sent him and his new husband her best wishes on their special day. Ironically, Pike and Woods were reunited as on-screen lovers for Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice in 2005. The pair were cast by the next man to steal and break Rosamund's heart, director Joe Wright. Pike and Wright had met on the set of an earlier film, and by the time they worked on the Jane Austen film adaptation, they had already been together for more than a year. Everyone on set could tell that the couple was smitten with one another, even as he directed Rosamund along with her ex-boyfriend. They seemed like Hollywood's next power couple, and in 2008, they announced their engagement. The pair also bought a house together in East London. According to Rosamund, she was so excited about their engagement that both she and Joe agreed to send out save-the-date pre-wedding postcards to all of their friends and family. The postcard featured a picture of the couple in a hot tub together, and Pike shared, "We'd both designed it, and the design was to make them laugh." However, Joe claimed he had no idea that she was going to send out the pre-wedding invitations and was allegedly humiliated by the hot tub photograph. He was apparently so unimpressed by what Rosamund had done that he called off the engagement and broke up with her. Embarrassed, heartbroken, and abandoned yet again by another man that she loved, Rosamund couldn't face telling her friends and family that the wedding was off. So, she asked her mother to write to everyone that had been invited to let them know that she and Joe were no longer going to get married. Having lost 2 men she expected to marry, it's no wonder Rosamund had later shared, "You try to do the right thing and the conventional thing, and it doesn't work, and then you're free again." Perhaps it's the fact that she tried to do things the conventional and expected way and still got hurt that the actress decided to change the way she approached relationships. In an interview with Spectrum magazine, Pike explained that people have ridiculous expectations of a mate. She continued, "In my grandmother's day, you wouldn't expect your husband to fulfill the same need in you as your sister or girlfriends or colleagues at work." She then argued that it is not universally achievable for just one person to meet all your needs. Then Robi Uniac came into her life. Some friends feared she was set for another romantic disaster when she began stepping out with a marriage veteran and womanizer with a controversial reputation. The mathematician was 18 years her senior, had been divorced twice, and had 4 children. Robi was also an ex-heroin addict, but had been sober for quite some time when he met Rosamund. Naturally, Pike's parents were not too impressed by her choice to date Robi, but she had already tried dating the acceptable guys before, so this time, she was going to do things differently. However, even her friends expressed their concerns over the actress' dating choices. One of her friends shared about the new couple, "Things are quite serious between them. She says they are very happy, but everyone's worried as Rosamund tends to go for the wrong guys." On the other hand, Robi's past doesn't trouble Rosamund, who describes him as the most interesting person I've ever come across. As for their age gap, Pike has some understanding of what it's like to be in a relationship viewed with disapproval by others. She shared, "My partner is older than me, so, not everyone goes for that. And it feels wonderful to stand true and own it and say, this is right." She explained, "I want someone who pushes me to explore and try new things, and I think we do that for each other." In 2012, the couple welcomed their first child together, a son they named Robi Uniac. 2 years later, they had another son, Atom Uniac.
Two boys.
I have two boys, who are good news is they are a team. The bad news is they're quite a naughty team. So,
Oh, that sounds like fun, though.
But team, we like team.
Robi has been the ever-doting father and even taught both 10-year-old Solo and 7-year-old Adam to speak perfect Mandarin. Rosamund also felt that having children took her career to a new level. She explains that being a mother has given her greater physical courage and made her act more spontaneous. She said, "Your emotions just sit closer to the surface. Maybe because you're more tired, I don't know. I feel I can access my rawest self much more easily because there's no time to put up a mask anymore. There's no time to think if you're a working mother." As it turns out, marriage isn't even on the cards for the couple. Rosamund is perfectly happy with the way things are in their relationship, that she feels secure enough not to have to make things legal. Robi doesn't seem to be bothered about their lack of nuptials either. After almost 15 years together, Robi and Pike have gone on to build a relationship that has stood the test of time. They keep their romance out of the spotlight and carry on a normal life in their shared home in London. They've figured out a schedule that works for them and don't mind traveling when Rosamund needs to work overseas. In fact, Robi often joins her at all the different shooting locations for her films and has no problem taking care of their two sons while she's at work. The actress has even gushed over her partner's feminist beliefs. "It's a thing I prize highly and appreciate daily. Someone who's self-confident enough and secure enough to deal with this crazy... It is crazy how our life is. We are so happy for this couple, and we only wish the best for them in the future."